جنين الله وجنين يعني لما قلت لهم جنين
الله وجنين والله ورب فلسطين دود والسخط إسرائيل.
I've been watching this clip of Israeli soldiers cursing and swearing about Israel in Arabic. And what is the explanation behind this? It was posted online. I saw it on Twitter, first of all, and some of the comments were saying, oh, these are the Arabs of 48 finally waking up. As in, are these so-called Israeli Arabs, Israelis of a Palestinian background whose families remained inside what became Israel after 1948? I don't think so. I don't think so because Arab Israelis generally do not serve in the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces. Service in the IDF is compulsory for all Jewish Israeli citizens. Arab Israelis, so-called, are not required to fight in the military or serve for a year when they turn 18 or 19. So why would they? And that dates back to the founding of the state, and a couple of exceptions apply. The Bedouin do serve in the IDF. The Druze, an ethno-religious minority, also serve in the IDF, and Circassians tend to serve in the IDF. So these would be the non-Jewish ethnic groups that do serve in the IDF, but Arab Israelis in general do not, and that goes back, as I say, to the founding, and when the gangs that were involved in driving people out of certain areas would stumble upon a Bedouin village or a Druze village, some agreements were made with the community leaders and promises were made, and those communities till this day serve in the Israeli Defense Forces on the agreement that their community will have a place within the state that was founded. So let's rule out that these were Arab Israelis. It would seem they are Israeli soldiers of a Jewish background. They look to be about 18 or 19, which is the normal age at which these teenagers serve their country. It's compulsory. I remember the most interaction I ever had with such soldiers was at the border. The first time I ever entered Palestine via Jordan, and I was detained for about 10 hours. And sorry to say, they were all a bunch of idiots. They were all morons, and they were using foul language and really silly people, the ones that I came across. But why are these individuals swearing in Arabic about the country that they're serving? Now, there could be a variety of explanations. Maybe they're just being silly. Maybe politically they've fallen out of love for their country. Maybe the protests against Bibi Netanyahu have driven them against their own country, their own nation. Maybe they are Jewish people from an Arab background from the Middle East or North Africa. I'm talking about the Mizrahi and the Sephardic Jewish communities, who actually make up a slight majority or plurality of the Jewish population in Israel. Now, historically, they were a minority. Historically, they were a marginalized minority when the state was founded by majority Ashkenazi European Jewish immigrants. The new wave of Jewish refugees, as they arrived, were marginalized. They were looked down upon and called horrible names and regarded as Arabs, called Aravim in Hebrew, and seen as very much second-class citizens. So much so that in the 1970s there actually emerged a group calling themselves the Israeli Black Panthers, inspired by the African-American Black Panthers. And this was a group with the goal of empowering and fighting back for the Mizrahi and Sephardi Jewish communities that had been marginalised. And as time went on, many of the leaders of that group went to other groups, went to the far left in Israel. Some even became sympathetic towards the Palestinian cause and saw a lot of common ground between their treatment as second-class citizens and the Palestinian treatment as third-class citizens, if not worse. So I wonder if this swearing at the Israeli state from serving soldiers in military uniform, is this an awakening? Is this harking back to the 1970s? Are the Mizrahi community, some of the Mizrahi Jewish community who have origins in the Middle East, seeing more in common with their fellow Middle Easterners, the Palestinians, than with the European elite, white sort of establishment? I don't think there's ever been a Mizrahi prime minister in Israel. Politics has always been dominated by the people of a European background. Is that why these Israeli soldiers are swearing in Arabic on a camera? I don't know. If anyone in the comments has got any better idea what went on, please let me know. If Arabic is your first language, maybe you can tell me what accent it sounds like they've got. How is their Arabic? I know they're using cuss words. Do they sound like native speakers, or do they sound like Hebrew speakers that have learned Arabic as a second language? Let me know in the comments. Is the tide turning? Why are members of the IDF swearing against their own country on a viral video?